The FBI has briefed lawmakers on the fact that adherents to the Q conspiracy theory could become more violent in the future because, as the FBI pointed out to lawmakers in a report last week that was just now unveiled this week to the public, the catalyst has not yet been removed. Now, here's what the FBI said in the report that they delivered to members of Congress. The participation of some domestic violent extremists who are also self-identified Q adherents in the violent siege of the U.S. Capitol on January 6th underscores how the current environment likely will continue to act as a catalyst for some to begin accepting the legitimacy of violent action. The report says that the Q people are possibly in the process of moving from being what they call digital soldiers, posting stuff online, whatever it is through social media, the memes that they put out there, all of these horrible conspiracies that they spread through social media and other websites. They're going to move from being digital soldiers to real acts of violence. And the FBI wants something, I guess, done about this. But aren't they the agency that's supposed to be doing something about this? So I'm glad they're warning members of Congress, and that's the important thing here. And I have no doubt the FBI is, in fact, working on this. And unfortunately, a lot of the proposed plans, some of which we've talked about in the past, basically involve snooping on everybody's social media posts. So while we need to make sure people do not become violent, we also have to respect the right to privacy of individuals. We do not want to live in a police state where everything we do is spied upon by the federal government. It's a fine line that has to be walked, and unfortunately, I don't believe the FBI is doing it properly. But members of Congress have been the targets of these threats. And of course, on January 6th, we saw that they were the targets of the violence. People on both the left and the right. Let's not forget, you had those people storming the Capitol chanting, "Hang Mike Pence," then the Vice President of the United States. Also, worth reminding everybody, the entire theme of Q is that Donald Trump was somehow fighting this cabal of pedophiles that somehow secretly run the federal government. And in spite of the fact that none of the predictions that the Q people have made have ever come to fruition, they still are adherents to this ideology. So yes, something has to be done. This is cult-like behavior for these individuals, but it's not just themselves, being duped into believing these things. It's the actions that could follow as a result of that. And for the record, as I continuously point out here, this is the same warning that the judges who are hearing the cases of the Capitol rioters have been telling us for many weeks now. They see it in these individuals. They're able to size these people up pretty quickly, and they understand how quickly they can become radicalized and the lengths to which they will go once they've been radicalized, like storming the Capitol. Something must be done. And the FBI does need to get on this, but unfortunately, again, you find yourself wondering, we can't sacrifice, as is frequently said, our freedom for our security. So we can't have them just casting wide nets, spying on everybody's social media outlets. They need an accurate reporting system where people can send the threats that they come across. Find who these individuals are, just like with the Capitol rioters. We knew a lot of this in advance. Okay, they were posting on it. They were planning it. Some of them were arrested when they arrived in Washington, D.C. because of this. The means exist, and they exist in a way that doesn't violate the rights of everybody else in the process. But again, the bottom line is that the FBI understands that these people are dangerous, that this ideology, as it has become, is dangerous because the people who believe in it are the ones most prone to being inspired to commit acts of violence.